Hey everyone, Joe Waxman here, mediocre astrologer. Man, he's okay. All right. So, guys, today I'm not talking about Israel or the Jews or anything like that, war or anything. Enough of that stuff for right now. Today, I'm not even going to talk about astrology, believe it or not. I'm going to talk about how to make videos that don't suck. Now, some of you are like, now, wait a minute, Joe. Your videos aren't all that great. Who are you to tell anyone how to make videos that don't suck? Okay, so granted, my videos are highly underproduced, and and that's basically it. But maybe everyone has a different opinion. Obviously, if you're watching it, you don't think they suck, but um, I'm not saying like I'm like a master video maker, but I have opinions, and I'm one of the things about me you probably gathered is I'm pretty opinionated, and I just kind of want to make this video, and you don't have to agree with it. Here's my disclaimer: you might disagree with a lot of what I'm saying, or some of what I'm saying, or partially, and I'm not mad at you. You can make your own videos. You can disagree and just be like, "That's bullshit." Like Joe doesn't know what he's talking about. We're gonna do it like the highly produced way, the way that gets many millions of views, and maybe you're right. I don't know. This is what I do. This is what works for me. This is what I like. And just because a video or a style of videos gets millions of views doesn't mean it's good. Right? I mean, it depends what you're going for. It's like the masses are the idiots. Like they're the fucking dumbasses of the world. So if you're getting like shitloads of like NPCs, people who can't think, maybe that's what you're going for, but that's not what I'm going for. You're getting the wrong crowd. You're getting the dumbasses. You're getting the people who can't think. You're getting like the followers, the sheep, the sheeple of society. But so anyway, this is my video. I'm not here to criticize anyone, but some of my views are going to be strong because I'm passionate about them. Um, it doesn't mean that you can't disagree, right? So that being said, disagree away. Here's what I think. All right, how to make videos that don't suck. Number one, no music. I know that's a big one. People are like, no Miller. Woo, woo." Here's why. Um, if you're making a music video, by all means, make music. Like I love music. I'm not against music. I listen to music. Music has to be my music. The only music I appreciate is music that I choose. Right? If I want to listen to a song, I expect to hear music. Otherwise, I expect to not hear any fucking music. And if there's music in a video, that's a detraction. I will make a bold statement. Every single video would be better off without music. That's my opinion. You might disagree. You're allowed to disagree. That's my opinion. Every single video would be better without music. Here's why. Intro music, background music. The worst is background music. The worst is when like somebody is like, edit somebody gives a speech and they re-edit it and they put all this background. It's just like fuck off. Like seriously, like you just ruined it. Like I came to hear the information, not to be manipulated by your ooh, like moody fucking music trying to manipulate my emotions. That's what music does. It's rhetoric. It's trying to manipulate you, get you to believe a certain thing. That's why they use in commercials, right? It's manipulating you. And if you don't like to be manipulated, then you don't want to hear fucking music, right? Um, what was I saying? So here's why. Here's the thought process. Nobody's gonna be turned off by silence, right? Like if you're not having music and you're just playing, like I make this video and you're gonna see it, how to make videos that don't suck, right? You're not gonna be like, oh my God, there was no music in there. I can't listen to the information. I can't hear the words because there's no goddamn music. Nobody's gonna do that, right? And if you do, like fuck off. Like you don't count, right? Um, However, if there's going to be music, let's say I pick a music, I'm alienating somebody. You don't realize that, but you are alienating somebody, and the people that you're alienating are probably high quality people, right? Because they're the people who are going to be more sensitive. You're going to keep the low bar people, the donkeys, the mules, the chickens, the pigs, right? The animals, the people who are very low conscious, low vibration. They can't even think for themselves. They're just sheep. They don't even know they're being manipulated, but they probably like it anyway, right? Because they're not evolved, right? They're very unevolved people. Um, but you're going to be alienating some very high quality people. no matter what music you choose, because you're narrowing the uh window of accessibility, because some people won't like the music. You're not going to alienate anyone with no music, but you're going to 100% alienate somebody with some music, because the chances are there's going to be a group of people that don't like your music, right? And so you're already limiting your audience with music, any kind of music. So like just scratch the fucking music, because you're going to alienate somebody and you're going to have less people who actually want to watch your video. It's just like, oh, okay, some people might just be like, okay, I want to hear what he's saying, I'm going to skip over. But then you're annoying them, right? Like I do that all the time. Like whenever there's an intro, I'm like, fuck, skip that over. Like you just ruin the fucking video for me, but I'm gonna, okay, I want to hear everything else, but the all the bullshit. Like get rid of the fucking bullshit, right? The music. And this goes also like in the intros. People have these shitty fucking intros where they just say all the stupid stuff and music, and like who gives it, like like you just do it because you're copying everyone else who does it, because you think that's the way it has to be. Or like when they do like, what you're about to see is this, the highlights, like that's bullshit, like that's horrible. You know what I'm talking about? Like every single TV show, every single video now does it. The highlights, you're what, you know what it is? You ever hear this thing about spoiler alert, spoiler alert? What they're doing is spoiling. They're spoiling the whole fucking video or TV show or whatever by showing you the highlights. Like I want to watch those, but I want to watch them in context and sequence. I don't want to watch them right in the beginning. Like that's bad. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Like maybe they did a study and people like it more when they do that. Okay, fine. But you're turning off a lot of high quality people. And I think it's shit. I think it's a horrible practice. Like you're gonna watch it. Like I've already decided to fucking watch the video. That's why I clicked on it. Now I don't want to see the highlight of the video out of context right in the beginning. I want to watch it in context, because you're ruining the fucking thing with your overproduction hype just because everyone else is fucking doing it. So stop doing that. Don't do the highlight reel right in the fucking beginning. Don't do a highlight reel, right? I mean, unless you're making a commercial that's completely separate, a commercial or like trailer or whatever, yeah, that makes sense. But like, don't do that right before the actual thing. Like, we're already watching it. You don't need to spoil it. You fucking dumbasses. Don't spoil it. Stop spoiling it. If people warn, spoiler alert for a reason, because you don't want to watch the good parts. It's like, here's an analogy. You're going out with a date you're going on a date with a woman or a man, and right when you meet them for the very first time, they strip naked and be like, "You like what you see? Come on, let's go out on a date." Like this is ridiculous, right? Like you don't want to see, like, it is. Oh, let's have a real quickie before we go out to dinner. Like, what? Like this is stupid. Like you need to build up, right? I mean, I'm a real human being. Like, don't just like, oh, we're gonna have sex before we go out, like right away. Like, I don't want to watch the fucking highlight reel right in the goddamn beginning. I'm already, I already clicked on the thing, right? So all this bullshit, like the overproduction, the music, ooh, in the background, like that's just horrible. It's horrible. Or intro music, all music, or like some people play like, music in between like sections or chapters or paragraphs. Like that's fucking horrible, right? It's just shit. Like nobody clicks on a fucking information video for the music. So why are you doing it? Right? Emotional impact, rhetoric. Well, fuck that. We don't want to be, nobody actually wants to be manipulated, emotionally manipulated. I mean, I guess some dumb fucks do, but like, I mean, if you want to make an intelligent video for intelligent people evolved people, don't do music, because unless it's about music, make it about music. If it's not about music, don't add fucking music, because it's about information, right? I click on a video because the title says it's about blah, 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 blah. I want to hear blah, 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 not the fucking music, right? You don't need to convince me with your goddamn music. Let me make up my own goddamn mind, right? Like it's a way to make a bias, right? Like, oh, like I'm gonna make a video about the sad thing about these starving people in this country, and I put all this sad music. Just give me the fucking information, right? Give me the talking point, like talk, or write, or show me, pictures, but don't manipulate me with goddamn music, right? That's bad. Like I, it's wrong and it's bad. All right, the next part is if you want to make a good video, make it interesting, right? Like, I mean, that's basic. Like, be interesting, make your video interesting. And there's not really much to say about that. It's just that, if it's gonna be boring, nobody's gonna watch it, right? I mean, if it's boring, but like it's packed full of, like scientific information, then some people might like that. But like just generally speaking, it's got to be interesting, right? So it's got to be high energy. It's got to be fast paced. It can't be too like, I don't know, whatever. It just don't make it boring, right? Um, Slow on it, like that, and that goes with, everything. I mean, the person presenting, like me, I try to be interesting. I am interested. I think I'm a Gemini. I mean, Geminis deal with interest. That's their currency. So it's like kind of second nature. Add value. It's got to be important. It's got to deliver something, right? The context, there has to be something valuable. Otherwise, people are not going to want to watch it, right? You don't want to just like be a carbon copy of whatever else is out there that nobody needs, nobody wants, nobody's interested in. Like, that's dumb. Like, don't do that. Be unique, be authentic, no BS. My BS radar is pretty big, like pretty sharp. Some people are just fake as fuck. Like they go on and they're just full of shit, right? I'm not gonna name any names, but like I know this one presenter, he does interviews, and it's the same with everyone. He's just blowing smoke out there up their ass. He's just like, whoa, this is the most amazing thing I ever heard. Like every single time. I'm just like, you do that. You just like every single one you're just like you're fake as shit. You're just like, and then he talks like he blows himself, he blows smoke up his own ass and be like, I'm so wonderful, and you're so wonderful, we're all so wonderful. Just shut up. Like you can't be like that with everyone all the time. Like just be real. Just be normal, right? Just stop being a fake fucking bullshit artist. That's not unique, right? That's not authentic. And people can tell, like you're just alienating, you're lowering the bar. It's the same thing with music. You're alienating all the more intelligent people, right? Because they're the people who are going to be like, you're full of shit, asshole. Go fuck yourself. I'm not watching you. Like, stop, blowing smoke. What do you think I am? A dumbass? I'm not a fucking dumbass. I can tell. Just be real. So also on that point, and be passionate and have fun, right? It's gonna be interesting to you. It's not interesting to you, it's not gonna be interesting to anyone else. And my barometer for like, fun or like humor even is probably a lot of people don't think I'm funny, but if I can make myself laugh, that's all I can really, that's all I can do. Right. I try and make myself laugh because I don't even have any feedback. I don't have any audience. I don't like watching an audience. So, but if I can actually genuinely make myself laugh, that's a good barometer that I'm having fun. Right. And if I'm passionate, like my blood, is moving, I'm like speaking quickly and I'm intense. That's generally a good indication that I care about what I'm talking about. Right. If you don't care, they're not going to care. Nobody's going to care. Right. So you got to care. Because yeah, you got to be your own barometer, especially when you're making videos without an audience. So you have to be passionate, you have to have fun. If you can make yourself laugh, good, go for it. And maybe some people think you're stupid. So what? Let them, right? And so the next thing is make good thumbnails, because that's kind of like the image, the presentation. It's not like music, because music doesn't belong. You can completely ignore all the fucking music and make great videos, right? Excellent videos. But you need a thumbnail. Everyone, you have to have a thumbnail. So you better make them good, because otherwise it's going to be a representation of your video. Like, really crappy thumbnail means maybe you're starting out and you don't know how to make good thumbnails. That's okay. But you make them the best to your ability, or you outsource them, you use an app, whatever. You can do all that, but try and make the best thumbnails possible, because that's like the impression, that's like the face of your video, right? And you want to look good, right? And just one more point about the music. Like if you want music, I'll tell you what the best music to put in a video is. It's more percussion based, because that's not going to see. Here's where I'm very, very sensitive. Like, and that's why you can hear what I'm saying about this, because like I'm just like a freak about music. Percussion will not manipulate the emotions, right? Percussion will amp up the energy, right? It'll speed up the vibrations without manipulating the emotions. Like the worst is no percussion, just like the violin, like slow, like sad, like just fuck off. Like stop it. Like I don't want that. Like do not it because you're what that does is it goes inside you and it changes your own vibrations. And it's like somebody is literally manipulating you. And I revolt against that. Like that makes me violently ill. Like or just violent. Like I want to punch somebody. You know, I'm not available for your manipulation, right? So don't go around manipulating people with shitty fucking music. And it's all shitty fucking music if it's not a music video. It's not about music, right? If it's background, it's all shitty fucking music. It's not like, oh, this is really good music. Just if you want music, just be like, have some, have some drums or something like that. Drum and bass, like, right? Or just like Eckhart Tolle, like, ding, like we're just like, okay, that's not invasive. Fine, we can deal with that, right? Like he does that little ding, and that's this, little opening. That's fine. It's like, oh, okay, fine, just like one little thing, like, or like when I open my Apple computer, go room, like stuff like that. Like, okay, fine, you got your little zing in, your little sound logo, cool. Let's be done with it. All right. The next one is be prepared, but not too prepared, right? Like I don't script any, like I'm not sitting here writing out, like I'm not reading a script. I take some notes, maybe, right? That's the best I can do is like maybe take some notes. I have some notes here, right? This is the bulk of my note. You can't even see it. It's just a notepad. I wrote down 11 points. It's really, really simple. It took like a few minutes, right? You want to be spontaneous is the point. Like scripted will just come out bullshit. And you see a lot of this video. So here's the thing. There are a lot of videos online that will have millions of views and they'll be high production quality, but they're still full of shit. Like they're still shitty. Like, and yeah, they're okay, like, well, Joe, they have a lot more viewers than you and subscribers than you. Yeah, they do. Their videos are still okay, they're not, I'm not going to say they're shit, but they could be a lot better because they're way over scripted and they're just like completely lacking, freshness, spontaneity, aliveness. They're dead. They're over scripted, overproduced. They're just full of shit, right? And yeah, a lot of stupid people like that stuff, but you want to make really good videos? Don't be too prepared. Okay. Be spontaneous. That's my next point, which is kind of redundant. I kind of already covered that, but just be alive in the moment, right? Because that's how you're going to capture the passion, right? That's how you're going to capture the aliveness. That's how you're going to capture your audience's aliveness. If you're spontaneous, you can elicit a similar reaction within them, something that's alive, something that's fresh, right? I don't go back and like, that's my next point. Edit if necessary, don't if not, right? Like most of my videos, 90 some percent, high 90s percentage are just unedited, like one shot, full through, right? And sort of being on the spot, being live, and just being like, like not saying that I can't edit it, but I don't want to, and it takes a lot of time, and just having a little bit of that pressure, just be like, we're on it. We're live right now. This is live, right? Like, so just don't like it makes it more interesting, right? It makes it more interesting for me, it makes it more interesting for you, right? Just a little bit of that pressure. This is one take, one shot, let's get it right. And if there's some major thing that I need, I can, right? But I don't want to. So try and not edit it is my point. Like just try and be, of course, some kinds of videos, some styles of videos you have to be editing it, but at least go with the ideology, the idea, the notion that you're not going to be editing. What you say is it, right? And just commit. Just be alive, right? Be present, be passionate with what you're doing or saying, right? Next point is get to the point, right? Don't belabor shit. Don't just be like, one of the worst things I hate about all of it, and they all do this, is this really long introduction before they actually start the fucking thing. Like, I just want the fucking thing to start. Like, just begin with the thing. You don't need the fucking intro. Just tell me as you're going, right? Start with what they do is like the opposite. They start with, the spoiler. They spoil the fucking video with what you're about to watch. Like fuck off with that. And then or music, right? And then or a long intro where like the person you don't want to hear from is telling you all about the thing that you're about to watch, right? Just give me the fucking good shit and fuck all the rest, right? Like I don't need all the intro shitty fucking music with the, whatever bullshit you got going on, and then the what you're about to watch, the highlight reel that you've already committed to watching it because you clicked on it, and now they just ruin the whole fucking video. And then like the presenter is giving you a long intro that you think they care, but like nobody gives a shit. Nobody wants to hear your voice at all. Like shut up, sit down, and let me hear the main point of the video, right? So start with the main point and fuck everything else, right? When I did like I've done a million different things. When I was in grad school for a little while online trying to study writing because I thought, okay, I'm going to be a writer, right? This was some years ago before my YouTube channel. And I wrote a thing, and I got my feedback from my teacher. And one of the main things he said, which I'll never forget, which was great, which hurt my feelings at the time, but he's like, get to the point. I was like, damn, like I'm hypersensitive. It's that Uranus in Scorpio in the ascendant, because Scorpio, it has pretty deep emotions, and Uranus is like, like electricity, a lightning bolt, right? And so like when somebody, hits me with a criticism, it's like hitting that electric, like, pressing a button and electrocuting me, and like evokes all the scorpionic emotions, right? Like very deep kind of feelings. Anyway, I hyper reacted to that, but he was right. He was so right. Get to the fucking point, right? Start with the point, right? Don't belabor it. Don't warm people up. Don't, give a long, unless there needs to be some sort, like you can do like an introduction. I'm not saying you can't do that like I did, right? And sometimes they do, but it's got to be brief, and don't belabor it, and get to the point as quick as possible, right? And that's, also for life. I mean, just generally get to the fucking point. Um, last point is just do it. To borrow from Nike and come up with that. Believe it or not. Yeah, just do it. I mean, just make a video, and if it sucks, it sucks. Make another one. Don't just be like, oh, it sucks, I'm terrible. Like if you actually want, unless you're not cut out for this, unless you don't want to do it, unless you think you do and then you don't, and that's your realization, because that can happen too. I mean, you don't have to stick with everything you try. In fact, I mean, take a lesson from any Gemini, learn to recognize dead ends very quickly, right? That's a Gemini strength, and that's why people hate Geminis, because they'll be the first to back out of a situation that isn't going to work, right? Just trust the Gemini that it wasn't going to work anyway, but that's a tangent. Yeah, just do it. I have this thing. So, okay, well, Mel Robbins reminds me of Mel Robbins. She has the 5-second rule, right? You have to do something within 5 seconds, otherwise your brain is going to kill it. So, like I don't belabor the starting of a video. I make a little prayer, and then I'm like, fuck it, just do it, right? Even if I don't feel prepared, right? There's something about being alive, being spontaneous, being on the moment. It gets your blood pumping. It gets you in the moment, right? So just do it. Make a video. Do the thing that you're going to do, right? Here we're talking about video. So make that video and don't belabor it. Don't procrastinate. Just hit record. If it sucks, maybe you have to do it again. Or maybe you just do another one, right? But don't be so serious. Don't take yourself so seriously. That's one of the reasons I like to make fun of myself, because it's like, you know what? Stupid people take themselves way too seriously, and they usually have like three-letter degrees behind their name, and they're just like, oh, I'm so important and so smart. Like, no, you're a well-trained monkey, right? Like, get over yourself. Um, I'm not picking on anyone who has an advanced degree. I mean, obviously, you know, they can come in useful, but I'm just as an example, like, just don't take yourself so seriously. Like, just have fun, relax, make fun of yourself. If you can allow, you know, other people to criticize you, that's great. I mean, I'm not great at it, but ideologically, I do believe in that. Like, you should be resilient, right? Um, and yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I definitely don't like it when people take themselves way too seriously. Um, and they usually come to find that out down the road, right? That's one of the lessons that they learn after they achieve some sort of, you know, success or whatever. Like, oh, I can be lighthearted and relaxed and nonchalant about it and whatever. Anyway, so I'm not gonna make this video too long. There's probably tons of other things that, you know, other people would say that are great points about how to make videos that don't suck, but this is all I got for now. Biggest one is just like, just keep it about the thing that you want it to be about, right? And just be real, you know, like, cut out the bullshit, cut out the crap, right? You don't need it to be overproduced. You don't need the shitty fucking music, and it's all shitty fucking music, right? You don't need all the fucking ridiculous production. Just do the thing that you want to do. Talk about the thing that you want to talk about and scratch everything else, right? So guys, that's it. And you know, take a victory laugh, laugh it off. I'm the mediocre astrologer. Man, he's okay. We're okay. You're okay. I'm okay. We're all okay. So, um, that's it. I will see you guys next time. Hit the like button, subscribe, share. All right. Bye bye.